Am I the asshole for injecting insulin in public? My insulin pump recently failed and, while waiting for a replacement, I had to switch back to fingersticks and injecting insulin manually. I was recently at Cracker Barrel and checked my blood sugar and began injecting insulin when an older lady from a nearby table told me that it was disgusting for me to be doing that at the table and that I should go to the bathroom to finish. The actual injection part is very brief and consists of screwing a 5mm needle onto a pen, lifting my shirt slightly to access my stomach, sticking the needle in, and pushing a button. I told her to mind her own business, and that if she was uncomfortable she should consider not watching me inject the medication that literally allows me to eat. She said she was going to ask her waiter to speak to a manager, and I completed the injection before she even returned to her seat. She did not end up speaking to a manager as far as I know. I'm guessing that the fact that I already finished before she had a chance to kind of rendered it moot. So, anyway, am I the asshole? I never even really considered that some would consider this an issue, but maybe I'm missing something? Not the asshole, she can get over it. There's nothing wrong with giving yourself necessary medication before dinner. My sister is a type 1 diabetic. People seriously need to educate themselves on it. Not the asshole, as a nurse I say just do it, they can get fucked. Not the asshole. An insulin pen is easy to use and not very noticeable. If you had used an old-fashioned syringe, she would have probably called the cops. A potentially dirty restroom is not the best place to administer medication. Or to breastfeed a baby. I'm T2 and have no qualms testing and injecting in public so long as I can do so safely. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Insulin injections are 100% necessary for you and you were being discreet. There's nothing wrong with this at all. If she somehow had a problem with it, then it'd fall under the age-old don't look. If you don't like it, she's free to direct her eyes in any other direction. No, bathrooms are not hygienic for medical procedures and someone would probably report you for shooting up there too. It is a pretty minimal medical procedure that keeps you alive. Not diabetic, but friend is, and a quick injection is a lot less distressing and honestly inconvenient for everyone than the alternatives. Not the asshole. Not like you were giving yourself an injection in your butt or something, lol. I bet she tells off people who are breastfeeding in public too. Not the asshole, she is. Not the asshole. Injecting life-saving medicine is not something people should be disgusted by. That was super invasive of her to confront you like that. Not the asshole. I have some phobia around needles and they sometimes make me feel faint, but that's for me to deal with. Can't expect people to bend over backwards and compromise their health because of an icky feeling I get. If you aren't leaving a used needle on her table, it is none of her business. Man, I whip out my insulin any and everywhere. I got her jabbed myself a million times, you can see it once. If she feels uncomfortable, she can go sit in the toilet and eat. If she thinks that it's inappropriate to expect someone to eat food in a toilet, then maybe she will begin to understand why it's inappropriate to expect people to do a necessary injection in a toilet. Not the asshole. When I was first diagnosed, I would always find a secluded place to give injections. It only took a few months of that for me to stop caring. Being diabetic is inconvenient enough, we don't need to add more effort on top of it. Whenever someone tries to stop me from taking insulin shots in public, I pull my shirt up a little more and make it more visible that I'm injecting in the face of the asshat that complains. Then I ask, better? Man, I am so sick of people yelling about my diabetes. Not the asshole. Once my gym teacher pulled my insulin pump cord out of my